This video is for our program specialists and also our cupboard managers, and we are going to cover cupboard orders and walk-in orders and how to document those cupboard orders and walk-in orders on the eBudde system. On your first Monday morning and every Monday morning thereafter during the cookie program, you want to find out if you have enough product in your cupboard to cover your planned orders and to know how much extra you will have for walk-in orders after your planned orders have been filled. And to do that, you are going to use your Monday regional count form, and you'll take your Monday morning inventory, and please don't use Friday's inventory. You want to do a fresh count. And from there, you are going to run your planned order reports to find out how much of each variety you're going to need to cover your planned orders. And then at the end, it's a simple subtraction from your beginning inventory minus your planned inventory, and this will tell you how much you have left over for your walk-ins. So let's say we've already done our Monday counts, and now we need to determine what our planned orders are for the week. To determine your planned orders, you'll need to go on eBudde. The first thing we do is enter our email address. And for our program specialist, please use your email address instead of the program address. So for example, if you're Emma Myers, it would be emyers@girlscouts-gsci.org. Then just enter your password. When you first log on, you might see a console and cupboard. Some might just see cupboard. But if you see console on here, click on cupboard. And this will show you your cupboard dashboard. Now from your cupboard dashboard, you'll want to go to reports, and after reports, you'll go to transactions and click on view. Once we move into the next screen, your cupboard transaction report, you want to filter this by pending because we want pending orders. Pending orders are cupboard orders waiting to be filled. So we click on pending, we click on yes, and also if you have a choice of cases or in packages. So in this case, we'll just click on cases. Pending is checked, yes is checked. We're going to go to the Excel report because the PDF report really doesn't fit into your screen. So we'll click on the Excel report, open that up, and we have to click Enable Editing so we can see the totals at the bottom here. So we're going to go Enable Editing, and this report will tell you total by variety of cases needed to fill your planned orders for your region. Once you have this report run, you can go back to your weekly regional count sheet and fill in your planned order summary. Now from that covered transaction report that we just ran, we can fill in the numbers by variety that we need for our planned orders. We subtract that from our beginning inventory, and this will tell you the amount of cases that are left over for your walk-in orders. Or in some cases, you might not have any left over from your walk-in orders if you have a negative number. So it'll be up to you to communicate to your regional office, especially on Monday mornings, by variety, the number of cases available to give out for walk-in orders. The next step is to print out receipts for each troop that placed a cupboard order. Now, we call these pending orders or orders waiting to be picked up. So to do that, we go back to our cupboard dashboard. Remember, we'll click on cupboard. We'll come to our cupboard dashboard. We'll go to transactions. And you'll notice on your transaction sheet, under pending, some say yes, some don't say anything. The ones that say yes, of course, are our pending orders. And those are the orders that we want to print receipts for. One of the things you can do to get all your pending orders together is you can data sort by just clicking on the word pending. Okay, now all our pendings are below. We want them up on top, so we'll click it again, and all our pending orders will be up on top. The next step we do is just click on the word yes. In this troop, we have troop 8400, T for troop 8400. We'll click on that, click on yes, and From here, this will give us the order for that troop, and we simply print and print. Now you want to do that twice because we need 2 receipts for each troop. You will continue this process for each one of the troops that has a pending order. One thing I would like to point out about the transaction receipts is, first of all, they have a unique transaction number, but the troop number, in this case troop 8400, is pretty hard to see on these receipts. So what we do in Bloomington, we just make that number bigger. Once the order is staged, it's very easy to see the troop number as you're trying to hunt through a sea of different covered orders. The other thing we do in Bloomington is that we sequence our receipts in numerical order, starting from like troop 1000 all the way up to troop, like 1999. And that way we stage them in numerical order. And again, when you do it that way, finding a covered order is pretty easy to find, especially the first couple of weeks when there's a lot of covered orders to go through. Now, your covered orders are just like money, because once a troop comes and picks up their cookies, they have to be charged for it. So it's important that we treat these receipts just like cash. So make sure you have one area or one box, so once a order is picked up, everything goes into one place, because at the end of the day, we need to document the pickups, and that will be our next step. To document a covered pickup, again, we go to our covered order website. Again, we have 2 choices, Counselor Covered. We click on Covered. Then we go to Transactions. In this case will be Troop 8400. And 8400 picked up their order, so we click on the pending for 8400. Here's Troop 8400, or you can click on the troop number. And here is the order. And all we have to do is uncheck this pending. So we have the word pending here. We uncheck that. We click OK and save. And if you notice now, the yes from the pending has disappeared. And you do that for each troop that has picked up their order. And by Saturday at noon, all pending orders should be in the eBudde system as picked up. If a troop does not pick up their order, what we want to do is cancel out that order. To cancel out that order, we click on the troop number, and what we'll do is we just delete it. So you simply click delete. Deletion is permanent, and that's okay. So by Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening, every one of your pending orders the yes should be gone if it's for that date. Now, you might be getting some pending orders for the next week, so you have to be careful about what you delete. But if it's in the week of your pending order period and a troop has not picked up their order, we're going to delete that order and put that order back into stock. Otherwise, on Sunday morning, I'll be going into the eBudde system, and if there are any outstanding pending orders that are still yes for that week, I'm going to assume that they have been picked up, and I'll unpen that order myself. Next, let's talk about our walk-in orders. And again, of course, we have the walk-in receipt. A couple updates on our walk-in receipts. In the disclaimer, it says, I understand that cookies may be returned and the troop and customer are financially responsible for remitting the full amount due. So if the troop leader doesn't walk in but the customer does, it says the customer is also financially responsible. We also have a place for printed name, and we also have a place for the signature of the customer. So sometimes we can't read the name of the customer. Now we have a printed name. We want to make sure that everything is filled out, the name, the troop number, the phone number, and also the date of pickup. And then, of course, we have 2 columns, one for cases, one for boxes. So just fill that in as the customer picks up their order. And then, of course, at the bottom, number of cases in total, number of boxes, loose boxes picked up, and the total amount altogether. So we want to make sure our multiplication is right. We want this ending number to be correct. Then, of course, the customer signs it, and the staff person who is giving the order out also signs that as well. So the next step is to document the walk-in receipt in eBudde. Once we log in under our cupboard, we go to our dashboard, and from our dashboard we go to transactions. Now we're going to add a transaction, and in this case we are documenting the pickup from troop 1011. So we enter the troop number 1011, and then using our walk-in receipt we update the cases that have been picked up and the packages that have been picked up. Once that information has been entered in, it shows us as 15 cases and 12 packages. Next, we want to double check that the walk-in receipt matches eBudde, which it does. So to finish out the transaction, we just hit OK and save. So now eBudde reflects that that order is entered in as 192 packages. The final step is to document that this order has been entered into eBudde by entering the date you placed it into eBudde. If you're putting a stack of walk-in receipts into the cookie book and you see that this date transfer completed is not in there, you'll have to go back into eBudde to make sure that this transfer has been completed. This is how we charge our troops for their cookies. So if it hasn't been completed in eBudde, the troop will not be charged. So this is a very important area to look at.